Hey guys, mahal everyone, 40 the Broadway Saiyan here. Welcome to my YouTube channel with another video on the global version of Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia. In today's video, we're going to be covering the next character event that's going to be hitting global, featuring Final Fantasy VI's Realm. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive right into the event. So an overview on the event, FF6 Sketchmaster Realm is coming to global DFFOO. Being a versatile, magic damage dealing unit, her abilities change depending on the summon equipped. Statistically, she excels in speed and max brave. Her 35 CP memento ring is going to be available in the armor token shop. We get a chance to earn 2 free copies of it from her event, as well as a free copy of her 15 CP weapon Chocobo Brush. And for synergy, we have Edgar and Vivi joining her to combat against the elemental behemoth boss. Let's go ahead and take a look at her abilities now. So, Realm's abilities. Her first ability is the one that's going to be changing depending on which summon you have. So, on its own, it's called Sketch Summon. It's a one-hit AoE Magic Brave plus HP attack. The HP damage that it deals is divided equally on multiple targets. Properties do change, again, like I said, with the summon equipped, and this ability also grants Realm a small max brave up for 3 turns. Now, this is going to be the sketch summon variance depending on the summon that you have. If you have Chocobo, it's a one-hit AoE melee brave attack. If you have Sylph, this time it grants brave to all party members and also recovers their HP based on attack. It doesn't deal that brave damage, but it does still deal that AoE HP divided attack. If you have Ifrit, you have Hellfire, being an AoE Fire Magic Brave attack. If you have Shiva, it's Diamond Dust, Ice Magic Brave attack. If you have Ramu, you have Judgment Bolt, which is an AoE Thunder Magic Brave attack. If you have Odin, it's going to be a one-hit AoE melee Brave attack with a low break chance. What this means is that, let's say you're attacking the target and its Brave is like super high. If you use Sketch Summon with Odin, you have a chance to score a break regardless of what that Brave amount is on the target. If it's Leviathan, you have Tidal Wave, which is a one-hit AoE Water Magic Brave attack. If it's Alexander, you have access to a one-hit AoE Holy Magic Brave attack. With Brothers, it's going to be an AoE Earth Melee Brave attack. With Pandemonium, it's going to be an AoE Wind Magic Brave attack that has a high chance to initiate the chase sequence. So I could see some pretty unique setups, party setups there if you decide to use Pandemonium with Realm. And then with Bahamut, you have access to a hard-hitting AoE non-elemental Magic Brave attack. And then finally, her second ability is just called Sketch. So Sketch is a one-hit Magic Brave attack. It inflicts a unique debuff called Sketch on the target for 1 turn. It also grants Realm a small attack up for 5 turns, and what Sketch does is it lowers the target's attack, and it allows Realm to act immediately after without increasing the turn count. That's pretty unique, so for Realm to have this ability. Alright, so now we're going to take a look at her crystal passive. So this is from 1 to 50 right on this page here. So we have Sketch Summon Power, which increases the brave damage on Sketch Summon. You're going to want that. Break speed up. I don't really think that's really needed. Fast writing proficiency. This could actually be pretty useful. It's a speed up for the party while buffed. However, I'm not liking the CP cost on that for 15. Sketch power, you're going to want that, increasing the damage dealt by Sketch. Bonus up all, raising the break bonus gained by party after breaking an enemy. CP cost is 5, so it's not too bad, but I feel like you could go without that. Sketch Summon Charge, you obviously want that because you want to be able to use your abilities more. Buff attack up while buff. Yes, you do want this because I will say that Realm's attack stat is actually pretty low, so this will help her out. Sketch Charge, you obviously want that, more usage to Sketch. And then her level 50 passive is pretty good. Future Genius Artist, max brave and attack up for the party if her HP is at max at the start of the final battle. Now, taking a look at her other crystal passives, if you get her up to 60, so she has Sketch Summon Focus Attack, which greatly raises the brave damage on AoE abilities when there is 1 target. So that Sketch Summon ability, because we know it's an AoE brave attack, it's going to increase in damage greatly if you're using it on just 1 target left. For Sketch Summon Extend, which is her other passive, is she's going to get a brave damage increase on Sketch Summon. It's also going to raise the potency of that max brave up. It also this time grants Realm a medium speed up for 6 turns, and changes her Brave Attack to Brave Attack Plus, which is essentially a harder hitting Brave Attack after you use Sketch Summon. Her level 58 Crystal Passive is actually really good. So this is an aura called Buff Attack and Boost All. So the entire party gets a max brave and attack up as long as you're buffed. So that's pretty good. She actually has a pretty good level 58 passive. And then her final crystal passive at 60 is Sketch Extend. It grants her 2 additional uses to Sketch. It also increases the brave damage that it deals. It raises the potency of that attack up. It changes Sketch to Sketch Plus after every time you use Sketch, and Sketch Plus not only will be inflicting that Sketch unique debuff, but it's also going to inflict blind to the target for 1 turn, so that's pretty good. So overall, I actually really like her crystal passives, with only maybe like a few being ones that you probably don't want to equip, but for the most part, they're pretty good. Now taking a look at her artifact passives, she has buff guard up, 1-star, 2-star, a defense increase while buff. I don't think you should really be focusing on that. Future Genius Artist up, 1-star, 2-star is definitely one you're gonna want because it raises the effects of that passive. And then Sketch Summon power up, 1-star, 2-star, and Sketch power up, 1-star, 2-star, respectively increase the brave damage dealt by those abilities. So the ones that you want to prioritize is Future Genius Artist, 2-star. Attack plus 108, because like I said earlier, she has a low base attack stat. And then you're going to want Sketch Summon power up, and the reason why you're going to want that is because 1, it's an AoE ability, so you're going to be increasing the damage of that ability, and 2, if you have her level 50 Porf passive, this also complements that, because remember, you get an increase in brave damage for AoE abilities, so this is the reason why you want to power up this ability. Alright, now we're going to take a look at the new weapon banner that we're going to be getting with this event. So the event is going to feature 3 new weapons, which includes an EX weapon. So it's going to have Realm's 15 CP Chocobo Brush, which increases the damage it deals. It also raises the potency of Max Brave up and extends its duration to 6 turns. Her 35 CP weapon is Da Vinci Brush. This raises the brave damage dealt by Sketch and Sketch Plus, and it also lowers the action delay. It extends the Sketch debuff duration by 1 turn, so now it's for 2 turns, and it also raises the potency of attack up. And then the EX weapon for this banner is going to be for Edgar. It's going to be his EX Trident. It gives him the ability Chainsaw, which is a 5-hit melee Brave plus HP attack. The Brave can overflow up to 120% of his max Brave, and higher damage is dealt to Machinery, and it also grants him a unique buff called Machinery for 6 turns, which increases the Brave damage that he deals based on the number of debuffs on the target. And I did cover this weapon on my previous X Factor video, so if you guys want to check that out, there are playlists now for my different series for DFFOO. And the repeated weapons on this banner are going to be 15 CP Mithril Spear, 35 CP Partisan for Edgar, and 15 CP Oak Staff, and 35 CP Cypress Pile for Vivi. Now, should you pull on this banner? I almost want to say save for your gems. I know it's tempting because it has an EX weapon, and everybody loves EX weapons. When you see that, you're like, oh, I really want that weapon. Realm herself is a pretty unique character. She's versatile, but I feel like she's still kind of niche, and I will cover that on a separate video for Realm. But if any of these characters are your favorite, or you want to have a chance at pulling Edgar's EX weapon because it does help him out, then by all means go ahead and pull. Go ahead and throw some tickets at it, maybe a multi or 2, but I would honestly save, because we know that a character named Kate Sith, who is a very powerful offensive support, is just right around the corner. But again, if you like any of these characters featured on this banner, then by all means go ahead and pull. Now we're going to talk about the boss. So it's going to be another Behemoth boss. It's called the Elemental Behemoth. So one thing you want to note is that this boss is resistant to all forms of brave attacks. So melee, range, magic, it's going to be resistant to it. It does have that base chase HP of 40. It utilizes all the abilities we're familiar with that the Behemoth type enemies use. It can remove debuffs without frames, or remove buffs, without frames, and it can inflict turn rate down. And it also inflicts various debuffs depending on its color. And this is the thing that its gimmick that you want to focus on. So its elemental weakness and resistance changes with an ability that it uses called Convert Element. And when it does this, it changes color. So it's going to start off as blue when you first fight this boss. And when it's blue, it's weak to fire and it resists ice. When it's green, it's weak to thunder and resist wind. When it's red, it's weak to ice and resist fire. And then when it's yellow, it's weak to wind but resists thunder. And it actually changes color in that order: blue, green, red, yellow. One thing you want to note is that if you attack its weakness, it automatically removes all resistance to brave attacks. So with that resistance that it has to all forms of brave attacks, it loses that if you attack it with its elemental weakness. So something that you want to take note of is if you decide to use Vivi, or a character that actually wields the fire element, if you smack him right away at the start of the battle with fire, he's going to drop that resistance to all forms of brave damage. So that's something you want to keep in mind. That's going to be pretty useful when you fight this boss. But other than that, it's actually pretty tanky because of those resistances. Alright, so some tips to prepare before you enter this event. If you decide to build up Realm, get your white crystals ready because she is of the white crystal affinity. Edgar and Vivi will come in handy as synergy if you have them built up because they're going to have those increased stats. The boss is tanky, remember, because due to its resistance to all forms of damage, but it is possible to plow through it if you utilize a strong Brave battery to cap out everyone's max Brave, so you dish out HP damage faster. So for example, Selfie, a very popular and powerful support and Brave battery character right now that we have, if you use her wall, it grants that Brave to your party, which is a pretty large amount, so it brings them closer to that max Brave cap, and then that way you could just plow through its HP without having to worry about those resistances. So that's one strategy that you could use, especially we have some really powerful characters right now. And then I'm gonna say that Bahamut is gonna be your safest summon choice because he is non-elemental, and his blessing is one of the easier ones to utilize because it revolves around breaking the targets. So that's gonna be my summon that I recommend there. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and move forward after this discussion to some gameplay for my JP account. It's gonna be a visual showcase that should give you guys something to look forward to for the upcoming Realm event. So let's go ahead and take a look at that gameplay. Alrighty guys, here we are with my JP account. We're gonna be tackling the Realm event, or the Lost Chapters I mean, to give you guys a visual showcase for the upcoming Realm event within the global version of Opera Omnia. Now some things to note that I do want to point out is both Realm and Vivi actually have their reworks already available to them in the JP version of the game. So what you're gonna see with those two characters is gonna be a little bit more powerful than what we currently have, but at least it's something to look forward to, especially if you like these characters. Edgar has yet to receive a rework, so what he does is what we currently already have in Global. Now, Realm does have an EX weapon. I didn't have a chance to get it. I also don't have Edgar's EX, nor do I have Vivi's EX, which is something that he also gets later. But we're just going to go ahead and tackle this, and we're going to use the Bahamut summon, like I said, just because it's the safest summon to use. And then for a friend, I'm going to take Noctis, although I'm going to try not to summon him. I don't think I'm going to need to. All right, here we go. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and take a look at her sketch summon. So I have Bahamut equipped, and remember this is the reworked version of the ability, but in a sense it inflicts that AoE Brave attack, and then she deals that split HP damage, which is pretty cool. Alright, let's go ahead and check out sketch now. Alright, Edgar, we're just gonna go right into his drill. Alright, so let's check out her Brave Attack Plus. Okay. Here's Auto Crossbow. And then Vivi, we're gonna focus. And remember, he is reworked, so let's actually see what he can do here. Let's check out his HP Attack Plus. So yeah, he's a lot more powerful. So something for you Vivi fans to look forward to. He does get a rework, making him a lot better, hit a lot harder. And I like that little red aura that he has. Okay, so there's the boss. It is the Elemental Behemoth. So remember, because it starts off as blue, if you hit him with a fire element, it's gonna remove those resistances that he has. So if I hold down here, right, you can see right there, this boss resists all forms of Brave damage. But we're gonna go ahead and just go ahead and hit him with Fire Plus. Alright. And it's gonna pause for a little bit. It's gonna say that you broke through its shield, so now we would have access to deal as much damage as possible. Right. Let's go ahead and do that again. So her sketch summon is really powerful now because it also has a Brave Battery mechanic with a rework. Alright, we're gonna actually... I'm gonna take out the dragon first, only because I want to prolong the battle a little bit so you guys at least get to see the elemental change, or when it converts its color. I just want to see it once. Alright, so let's take out this dragon. Alright, there we go. Okay, let's see if it uses it here. We do have the sketch debuff on it. Okay, we get to act again. So let's sketch. Hopefully we can see it in action when it changes its color. Okay, I'm gonna purposely just drag this on. I just want to see it once so you guys get to see it. There we go. Okay, there. So now it changed color. When it does that, it does receive its resistance again to different forms of brave damage, I believe. Yeah, it does. Okay, so now we have to hit it with thunder, and it does resist wind. So there it is. It changes its color. Unfortunately, we don't have access to that element, so we're just gonna go ahead and summon here and just try to burst it down. And as you can see, it has the resistance back. It did resist that. All right. Well, we should be able to take it out now, but at least you guys got to see it change its color. Okay. And let's let VV deal the final blow. Alright, well that is going to conclude the visual gameplay showcase for the upcoming Realm event for the global version of Opera Omnia. Hopefully you guys enjoy that. Once again, I am 40 the Broadway Saiyan. Stay tuned for the next video, and mahal everyone.